All right, guys. Little unexpected video today. I wasn't really intending to make, but as you guys have seen, the transmission's in the car. We got the car running and we were testing it. And unfortunately, we have no sixth gear. So I was a little worried when I put this transmission together because I've never done one of these before. This is a full sequential dog box. There's no instructions on how to do it. It came from the Czech Republic across the world. The parts for it to put it together, and it's not built when you buy it. So unfortunately, there's no sixth gear, and we're not quite sure why. So today I'm going to pull the transmission out of the car, and I'm going to tear it down, and we're going to find out what's actually wrong and what I did wrong. I think I did something wrong, honestly. So we're going to tear it out of the car, get it on the bench, take it apart. So let's get to it. All right, I decided to do something a little more scientific instead of the spin test. So what we're going to do is I marked the output with the paint pen and the input, and we're going to count the revolutions per turn front to rear with fifth and sixth and see if there's a change. That's a better way to do this. So, all right, so babe, you want to come over here? Tell me when this goes 1 full revolution, okay? When that mark comes back up. It's up. Okay, so basically 3/4 of a turn. So we're looking like 10 o'clock on the input. Okay, now we're going to go down a gear. So let me pull this out of fifth or sixth, I should say, supposedly sixth. Okay, now, okay, where are you at? Are you straight up? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, we were there. So now we're going to see if it's any different.
Here, same spot. Yep.
So it is different. So that means there is a sixth.
Should we check it one more time?
Yeah. I wonder if the shift linkage binding up is why we couldn't get sixth.
Well, I guess we could throw it back in the car. And
yeah. I would really like to do a better... So,
test.
You know what else I can do? I just thought about this. So this transmission actually has a gear voltage indicator on it. Mm-hmm. So this internally has a sensor on the barrel that tells you what gear you're in. So I could power this with 5 volts and then check the other side to see if it changes voltage between fifth and sixth. And that would tell me if it actually engages or not. I could do that too.
Yeah.
But if there's a mechanical issue, then it might not show.
Or we can bring it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm trying to see here what's the best route to go here. Because it did change, because that was like...
I'm not confident in it being different.
Right. Well, let's try this one more time. So let's reset. We'll reset here to 12 o'clock.
I just don't see how this would affect.
Right, because it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same distance. If it shifts, it shifts.
Yeah,
Right.
right?
That's kind of what my thought was too. So that's why I was a little skeptical as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels the same.
See, that's what I thought. It feels the same,
It doesn't feel right.
but is it gonna feel different right at first?
It should be a big change because 6 is a very serious overdrive on this setup.
But why would it be changing?
Well, because
You know?
the taller gear is going to have more resistance on the input shaft, and this is going to spin faster because it's a taller gear. So it
But
should.
why? Yeah, but when we did our test, why is it different?
The reason why it doesn't feel different to me. Like
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so that
But
means
then
it's
the
not
other
going into
test,
6.
it showed that it.
Maybe we weren't doing it as accurate as we should. Let's do it again. So this
Okay.
is 6.
Yep, straight up.
Okay, so we're at. So problem is we're not straight up here, so I need to reset. Okay, and then I need to pull that out and reset it.
Or the different color. Or, right?
Let's just reset it to the. That's a good idea too, but I don't want to get confused. Thank you for trying to appreciate. You don't have the alligator skin like me.
No. Baby butt.
So what we'll do is we'll reset to 12 o'clock. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm. There. Perfect.
Okay, so we're looking 10 o'clock. Okay, so that's 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly 6. 6 gear. So now I'll put it in 5th. Okay, that's 5th. We'll reset this to 12 o'clock. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm. There.
It's so close. It's like 10 o'clock. It's a very small change though. I wonder if 6 gear is
You
just.
said 10 though before. You said 10 for 6.
I could have swore when I chose these ratios, 6 was way taller than 5th. Maybe 6th is really close to 5th, and then we just couldn't really see a huge difference.
What to do?
What to do?
Um,
I wish I had a transmission dyno. I wish I could get speed off of the back tail shaft was hooking a drill up to the front. The only way I could do that would be, I could maybe do it with a timing light. All right, guys, making a video today. This is going to be a continuance of the other clips you guys saw, but we have a drill attached to the input shaft to act like the transmission, and it's going to basically let us dyno the transmission on the bench. I did this when I built it, but it was a long time ago, and we pretty much figured we had all 6 gears, but we didn't really investigate it further. So we're gonna actually see if we can figure out what's going on here. And if we don't have all 6, then we're gonna tear it down and see what's going on. So I'm gonna have Hannah help me with the drill. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this down in first gear. Go ahead a little bit. Let off. Okay, go. Let off. Go. Let off. Go. Let off. Go. Let off. Okay. So that's first gear. So go ahead and rev it up now to go get it going here, and we'll hear the clicks. So that's first. That's second. That's third. That's fourth. And I'm going to fifth. So keep going, but then let off for a second as I push in and go again.
Okay.
Go. Let off.
Oh wait, hold on. Come on. Come on.
Here. Okay, so let's start going. It should be fit. Let off. Go. Let off. Go. It's the same. See, there's no 6th gear. 5th is the same. So there's, it's almost like it has 2 5ths, which doesn't make any sense. So, well, we definitely have an issue. So it's time to tear this thing down, figure out what's going on. Yeah, there's something wrong. So I'm gonna tear it down. All right, guys, I got the transmission apart, and as you can see here, here's the gear set and the setup on it. It's pretty cool, but all straight cut gears with dog engagements. You can see in there, you see little dogs on the gears. So the way this thing works is this is a sequential gearbox, and what this means is the actuator to shift to the next gear is actually, it has like a ratchet style barrel on it. So I'm gonna see if I can get this turned around here for you guys without dropping this thing. Rearrange some things here on the bench. I'll zoom out for you guys. All right, so this is the barrel mechanism here that actually makes the magic happen. So I'm assuming that something in this barrel mechanism is not right, because this is 6 gear, and this is, if you look here, I don't know if I can tell, but these look okay. This one obviously isn't getting its full engagement for some reason, so we got to figure out why. So I'm going to set the camera down, flip this around, and see if I can figure out why this is happening. Smile for a reason. You guys aren't going to believe this. So, took it all apart and spent the last hour going over everything I did. And everything is assembled properly and correct. It goes through all the gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like I could feel in the car. But when it was in the car, when it was in 5th, I'd be at like 60 miles an hour at 2,500. And I'd grab 6th, and it would feel like it clunk into another gear, but then it would stay at 60 at almost the same RPM. So I was like, what the hell? I got no 6, right? Well, did a little math, and we did some math here looking at and I counted the teeth on the driven and the drive gears. And I compared them to the spec sheet that the transmission was shipped with, or the gears were shipped with, I should say, because they were shipped with the gear stacks completely assembled, but the transmission I put together, everything else I had to do. So 5th gear ratio, 0.83, which is what it's supposed to be, which was 19 teeth on the output, 23 teeth on the input. Get this though, 6th gear, 0.84 ratio. 21 teeth on the output and 25 on the input. So basically we have 2 5th gears. I counted these teeth like 4 times and I couldn't believe it, but I literally have 2 5th gears. So, never been this far before. Don't really know what to do here. I've reached out to Caps, who sent the gear set. I'm going to have to wait till midnight when it's about 9 a.m. over there to talk to my contact over there. But when I had initially emailed him and said that I had 2 5th gears, he said it was impossible. And so that's why I pulled the transmission out, but it is possible. I mean, technically I don't have 2 5ths. If you really want to get technical, there's a 0.01 difference between 5th and 6th, but he's right. Possible to have 2 5ths, but we have 2 gears that are so similar between 5th and 6th. There's literally no reduction, hardly at all noticeable. So, yeah, we're kind of dead in the water here. So the next step is going to be, I'm going to have to talk to them, see if I can get some parts shipped over with the correct gear. We're going to have to press all this off, put the correct gear on it, and go from there. Depending on how long that's going to take, I'm going to make a decision on the car and what I'm going to do. Because if it's going to take weeks to get another gear, I think I'm going to put it back in the car, not use 6th gear, and I'm going to run it. Because I only need 1 through 4 the way this is geared up. So, and then I'll deal with it at another time. But I have to get this car on the track. We have to get a pass in before the end of the year. So, yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a pretty funny one to me. I'm a little, I'm not really mad. It just seems like it's one thing after another. So, oh boy. Well, until next time, we'll see you later.